What is going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're ready to learn some English. Today, we are going to talk about all things winter in English. And one of the things that is pretty common in the winter, at least around here, is getting sick. And guess what? That happened to me this week. So I am a little stuffed up. It is cold and flu season, but we are going to try to make the best of it. The first term, that first term is downhill skiing, something I know nothing about. If you have been watching this channel for a little while, you will know that I don't really like winter, but it is winter and there are a lot of people that like winter. We are going to talk about two different kinds of skiing, downhill and cross country. But I got a sentence here for you. If this is your first time here, I will put sentences on the screen and you can practice shadowing with me if you would like. Usually when my nose isn't so stuffed up, my pronunciation is pretty good, or pronunciation, however you want to say it. Today, I don't know. Let's try it out. You need a mountain or a hill to go downhill skiing. Mountain or a hill? You might be like, wait, what? What's a hill? A hill. It's a small mountain. So maybe you are a beginner skier and you don't want anything too challenging. You might go down the bunny trail. In English, in the United States at least, that is the easiest trail. And it's probably just on a hill. Nothing too big. Not a mountain. Just a hill. But maybe you don't like the speed of downhill skiing. You want something a little more calm. Well, you could go cross-country skiing. Cross-country skiing, that is mostly done on flat land. Here's a sentence or two for you. When people go cross-country skiing, it is usually done on mostly flat land, maybe a few hills here and there. So please let us know in the chat, do you ski? And if you do ski, do you cross-country ski or do you downhill ski? If I were in the chat right now, I would say that I don't do either. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is something that you might need if you want to go skiing. It would be very hard to ski without these things. So you can ski, that's the verb, but you might also have a ski on your foot, and that is a noun. So ski can be both a noun and a verb. And if you have two skis, that is how it's spelled. We're going to talk about skies in a minute. Skis, skies, skis. You need to wax your skis so they will glide along the snow. I had to look that up. I have never been skiing before in my life. So I guess you need to put, we call it wax in English. You need to put wax on your skis so they will glide along the snow. So this is skis. Skis. You can see the picture there. Skis. But we also have something called skies, which I thought was kind of weird. In your native language, when you look up at the sky, I only see one, but sometimes in English, you will hear skies, the plural. And I wonder, in your native language, do you also have plural for sky? But here's a sentence. Yeah, I know. There is only one sky, but sometimes you will hear native English speakers talk about skies. You want clear skies if you are going to fly in an airplane. You might hear that, whoa, we have clear skies ahead. We don't have to worry about any bad weather. Clear skies ahead. That's a good sign. The next thing you might need If you want to ski, something called goggles. Not Google. Not Google. That's a website that you can look things up on, like how to spell skies and how to spell skis. Skies. Goggles protect your eyes. And if you are going to go skiing, you might want to grab a pair of goggles. Wearing ski goggles on the slopes will protect your eyes. Wearing ski goggles on the slopes will protect your eyes. What are ski slopes? Ski slopes are the paths or trails that people ski on. So if you and a friend are going skiing, you might say, hey, have fun on the slopes today. The slopes, those are the trails or the paths that you will take when you are skiing. You might also have swim goggles or safety goggles. Yeah. In the picture, it looks like that person has on a swim cap. That blue thing on their head is a swim cap. And the other person in that picture, they are wearing what we call a hard hat for safety. That person in the picture, they are holding some ski poles. And what do ski poles do? Ski poles help you keep your balance when skiing. You don't want to topple over. If you are skiing, those poles may help keep you upright. They might help keep you standing up, which is good. If everyone could do me a favor right now and hit that like button, other people could find this English lesson. I'm going to say ski and snow a lot in this lesson. And if you look at that picture, sorry for everyone listening on the podcast, you can't see this picture, but it looks like a carriage or an open car with wires that is leading people up a mountain. And that is what we call a ski lift. A ski lift. And anytime you go downhill skiing, there is probably going to be a rather large mountain involved. And it's really hard to walk up that mountain. Well, guess what? A ski lift will help you tremendously. A ski lift will help you get up that mountain. Taking a ski lift up the mountain is a lot easier than walking up. Now, again, I don't ski, but can you imagine every time you go down the slopes to get back up, you have to walk? That would be a long day. That would be a long and tiring day. I think a ski lift helps quite a bit. The next one we have here is ski lodge. I used the English phrasal verb warm up earlier. I'm going to use it again. You can warm up in the ski lodge after skiing on the slopes all day. And if you look at that picture, a ski lodge is simply a building at a ski slope, or maybe a ski resort. You might hear that. A ski resort is a place where you can go and stay and ski all day. And they probably have a ski lodge where you can go inside, warm up, maybe with some hot chocolate. Hopefully you don't catch a cold in the winter like I have. I bet you can guess. It's a snowboard. So a little different from skis. It's only one ski, one really wide ski. We call that a snowboard. And I looked it up. I did a little research. The first snowboard was invented in 1965 in the state of Michigan. That is one of our states. We have 50 of them. Snowshoes. You probably have seen a picture of these, but maybe you didn't know what they were called in English. Well, those are snowshoes. And the good thing about wearing snowshoes is that it will prevent you from sinking into the deep snow. Here is a sentence for you. Wearing snowshoes will prevent you from sinking into the deep snow. So you can practice shadowing with that if you would like. Excuse me. That is one way to practice your speaking for free by watching me and then repeating what I say, or watching any other English teacher on the internet. Maybe Bob the Canadian. He's a good choice. Wearing snowshoes will prevent you from sinking into the deep snow. What about sledding? What about sledding? You can see in the picture, this person looks like they are falling off their sled. But most sleds are made from plastic. Most sleds are made from plastic. That is the exact type of sled I had as a child, a red plastic sled. Sled is the noun. You can ride on a sled, but you can also sled down a hill. So sled can be a noun or it can be a verb, and you can even go sledding. You can say to a friend, hey, it's cold out. There's snow. I know where there's a hill. Do you want to go sledding with me tomorrow? Do you want to go sledding with me tomorrow? Tubing. That is a tube. It has air in it. So it is a little different from a sled, still made from plastic, but it is filled with air. You can go snow tubing, or you can go tubing in the summer. I have actually done an English lesson on a tube.
Up. And right now I'm being towed by this boat. The boat is towing me.
It was hard to teach that. You can go snow tubing, or a boat can pull you on a tube in the summer. It looks like that person is having fun. That might be one of the few things I would like to do in the winter, to go sledding or to go tubing. I have done it before. You don't need a lot of skill. Skiing is hard. It takes a lot of practice. If you go tubing, anyone can tube. Anyone who can sit down can tube or sled. I like that. Things that aren't too tough. I can sit down. I'm sitting down right now. Sitting down, going down a hill. That sounds fun. Let's talk about this. Ice fishing. Ice fishing. It's exactly what it sounds like. You go fishing to try and catch fish on ice, on a pond or a lake that is frozen. Ice fishing. This man looks like he is sitting on a cooler, maybe, to keep his drinks cold. He is dressed in something called camouflage. Hunters might wear camouflage. And he has a pole in his hand, and it looks like he's ice fishing. I have an uncle, Uncle Dennis, and he loves ice fishing. He goes as often as he can, and once a year, I will read the sentence. I have an uncle who loves to go ice fishing once a year in northern Maine.